Are you still in love with your emotionally unavailable ex who goes from acting like he's still in love with you to being cold, harsh, and dismissive? This hot, cold behavior probably has you still hooked on him, that he's still the one, and wondering if things would have turned out differently if you'd tried harder. You need to identify exactly what needs of yours he's been meeting that are still getting you hooked in, and what about the relationship has been unhealthy or toxic for you, so that you can learn creatively how to get those needs met elsewhere and draw a boundary line at what you will and won't tolerate from your ex. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this today with a tool called the Circle Formula. And if you want help with that, this is the work that I do with my clients. Please book a free consultation call with me in the link below. If your emotionally unavailable ex is still keeping you on the line by giving you breadcrumbs just to get their own needs met, and you just can't seem to shake him and fully walk away, you could try cord cutting, affirmations, or other strategies, but on some level, you will still get hooked in because your ex is providing you with needs that you're used to getting from him. And now that you've broken up, you need to actively and consciously get creative to get those needs met elsewhere. I'm specifically referring to romantic relationships here, because if you've been in an unhealthy or toxic relationship, you're probably used to putting all of your eggs in one basket and expecting your ex to meet all your needs, to the detriment of letting other friendships and relationships in your life slide away. And what's keeping you hooked in is a deep need for connection, something that's primal in everyone. And trying to move on from your ex without deepening your connections elsewhere to replace what your ex was giving you is like trying to starve yourself out of needing food. You just can't do it. You can't get connection and nourishment from your ex anymore, so you need to find new relationships or deepen current ones so that you can get the nourishment that you need. The best way to do this in a way that is really unique to you is through a tool called the Circle Formula. The Circle Formula is based on the concept of a healing circle. What I want you to do is to start with a blank piece of paper and to just draw a circle. And what you're going to do inside the circle is to write all the ways that you felt nourished by your connection with your ex. For example, familiarity, right? He felt really familiar to you in all those ways because you spent periods of time with him. Perhaps in terms of history, right? He gets all of your quirks, right? All those little kind of historical things and memories and past, right? That's all there that feels really nourishing. Maybe he knows like your favorite takeaway, or he brings you a cup of tea in the morning, and cohabitation felt really comfortable, right? Just write all of those things inside of your circle. On the outside of the circle, you're going to write all of the things and behaviors that happened in your relationship that no longer serve you, right? The reason you actually broke up. So for example, in my last relationship, I was always feeling criticized, or I felt like he didn't meet my love languages. So I didn't really feel loved particularly, and I didn't really feel seen by him at all either. And he was putting himself first instead of us as a team. And that really wasn't helping our connection at all. So now that you've got that, step one is to actually look at that list and identify what of those needs here you can get met by your friends, and where there are opportunities to deepen friendships, right? So how could you spend more time like cohabitating with friends, right? Go camping together with them, watch a movie, have a movie night or a sleepover, spend some more time to deepen familiarity, make more memories with them, just really lean more into those friendships. Now look at what needs you haven't gotten met and identify which friendships where you do get those needs met, right? Like who is accepting and loving of you, right? Almost unconditionally, or you always feel enough in their presence, right? There's no criticism there because you just feel really seen and heard. And when you're together, your friendship just flows and you feel like a team, right? There's not that kind of selfish thing going on. So just identify which friendships you can get those needs met on the outside. Now, I'm not saying we can entirely replace a romantic partner in friendship, but we can arm ourselves with friendships that can be placeholders for getting our needs met till we meet a healthy partner. But if you've only ever had unhealthy relationships, chances are you aren't deeply connected to your needs and may have a pretty low bar with what you feel you deserve in relationship and what to expect. So maybe what you've put in your circle is kind of superficial and not really representative of the needs that you truly deserve to have met, because that's the expectation for a healthy relationship. So step 2, we're going to actually use this tool in a way that expands us to start modeling and expecting healthier relationships for us. So we're going to go through a list of healthy needs in a relationship. And I want you to start a completely new piece of paper now and circle and go through this list with me to see where these important healthy needs lie on your circle. So for example, equal effort. Did he make an equal effort to meet you with how you were meeting him, right? Trust. Did you feel like you could trust this person and what he said matches his actions? Validation, right? Did you feel that there was a level of validation for your emotional experience and for what you were experiencing as much as his reality? Availability, is he or was he present in your relationship? Did you feel like you could have enough emotional access to him enough of the time? And was he willing to show enough parts of himself so that you got to feel that you know he is and you could develop that trust as well? And safety. Did you feel heard without judgment, right? Was there emotional safety there for you to really open up and express what was going on for you? And respect in terms of, your boundaries, what your boundaries were they honored? Was there manipulation or controlling behavior going on? And communication, was it open and honest? Or was there some lying there? Was there some deceit there? And consistency. Could you see that there was a level of consistency with this person where you could build up that trust and you could build up that safety and respect there? Or was he yo-yoing between saying and feeling one way and the other, and you kind of felt like you were on a roller coaster and you weren't really sure what was going on? And healthy conflict resolution. So what was your conflict resolution like? Were you able to sit down and talk through issues with respect and empathy and patience whilst in conflict? Or did conflict always end in this massive blow up and resentment occurred and you were pushing things down? So if you've been in an unhealthy or toxic relationship, a lot of these needs are going to be on the outside, right? Like as opposed to being inside needs that actually were getting met. So what you're going to do now is you're going to source getting these needs met healthily in other relationships so that you can actually start modeling what healthy relationships are by starting with your friendships and your current relationships. And I want you to really pause and just look at this list and just simply imagine a partner that embodies all of these qualities. That can be enough to see how significantly our ex is not a match for us. So if you were to look at what does a partner look like who is meeting you in equal effort, think of the effort that you made in your relationship and just imagine that person meeting you in the same way. Think of a partner that you can trust because what they're saying, what they're doing is all in alignment, and you can really trust their words because you see it happen every day in their actions. They're completely congruent in that way. That you feel validation, like your internal world, your internal emotional experience is as important as theirs. They're able to step out of their experience and really have compassion and empathy for what's going on for you. I really want you to imagine what it feels like to have a partner doing that with you. Availability. Anytime you need to go up and ask them a question or have a conversation with them, they're there. They're not like dropping off the face of the planet or not answering your texts or phone calls for a period of time. And if they are, you know that they're doing something or they're in something, right? There's a reason for it. You don't have that kind of sneaking suspicion that something weird is going on. And there's a level of safety there, right? Like imagine holding space with someone, a partner, who can hold as much safe space for you as you hold safe space for people. Like you deserve to receive what you give out. And I want you to imagine that. Respect, communication, consistency, conflict resolution. Really focus on what it looks like and feels like to be in the presence of a partner who does these. Now again, like in step 1, we're going to outsource these needs in our other relationships. So I want you to identify current friendships or relationships that have one or more of these qualities. Keep in mind that friends don't offer all of these things to us. We rarely meet a person that we can align completely with closely. So we want to create a network of friends that give us different things, right? They bring out and validate different parts of us, and we appreciate the friendship for that, but they can't always be all of the things to us at once. So I want you to identify current friendships or relationships that have one or more of these qualities. Keep in mind that friends don't offer all of these things to us. We rarely meet a person that we can align completely with closely. So we want to create a network of friends that give us different things, right? They bring out and validate different parts of us, and we appreciate the friendship for that, but they can't always be all of the things to us at once. As well, I want you to look for potential new friendships to meet those needs in you. New friendships are really underrated. I know it can feel hard to go out and meet new friends, and times in my life where I haven't had friends and I've moved somewhere new, I really treat it like a full-time job, right? Social networking, going out, having coffee, meeting friends, and eventually you just start to meet people that are more in alignment with you and you hold on to those. The reason it's underrated is when you start to develop a more healthy blueprint for what relationship and friendships look like, you've got better discernment. And so those new friends you're creating, there's better chance that they're going to be able to meet more of your needs because you're actually on the lookout for them, as opposed to previous friendships you've created where it might be a little bit patchy because you weren't actually looking out for those needs in the past. Another way to start getting your needs met in this way is by hiring a professional like a therapist or a coach or a counselor to get some of these needs met, particularly safety, right? Being able to open up in a safe way and validation. Those two things a professional can really offer you so that you can experience them in a relationship context. Even though it's a transactional context, it's still incredibly healing if they're doing their job well, because you're getting the chance to have a mirror with another person who's trained to be a very safe, available, respectful mirror for you. And of course, if family members can provide these for you, lucky you, absolutely lean into those relationships as well. Often that's not an option for us, so chosen friendships are what we are going to aim for. So use your safety circle to get a real understanding of where your needs weren't being met and where they need to be met in friendships around you that are going to then serve as a healthy blueprint for when you go out and start dating and moving into a relationship again. And the key with the circle and those needs that we've identified is to not just understand it at the level of your mind that you are worthy of those needs being met, but it's actually to feel it in your body that there is a person and people out there that can do that for you. So that's why I really encourage you to lean on your friendships and your support network now that you're single, so that you can actually have an embodied experience of what it's like to be in a relationship and friendship that's respectful, that has safety, that has availability in it. And you'd probably be surprised at the number of needs you're actually getting met from some of your friendships. And all you need to do is just sharpen your attention and awareness to the fact that they do that, and translate that then to an expectation for your future romantic partner. And of course, if you want help doing this, these are the skills that I teach in my program, Heal Your Heart School. I'd love to help you achieve that sense of moving on from your ex and really improving your blueprint for what relationship is going to look like for you in your future. Reach out by booking a free consultation call with me in the link below. In the meantime, here are some next step videos for you to watch so you can move one step closer to having a beautiful, healthy relationship with yourself and with others. And for now, I will see you in the next video.